quite a little.
We're laughing about our trip and how perfect it was because it had a little bit of having to be somewhere on time. It had a good reservation, so you don't have to worry about where you're going to sleep. And then it's had some just driving around and yapping. We had a couple good fights about the magenta line of death on her Garmin GPS thing that's always sending us off cliffs and into the ocean.
No, Cheryl doesn't know how to use it, so she throws it.
That's true. It does not like me. Yeah, it says, "Oh, good, the fat one's holding me. Now I'm going to tell her to go to New Hampshire." Shit. So now we've pointed our noses back towards there, which is where we just were. And eventually, if we keep just, putting one tire in front of the other, we're going to get to Monterey. And we're going to stop at least one store. Oh, okay, wait a second. Pacific Grove, don't they have the cool thrift stores?
Yeah.
You love? Okay, we are going to stop at those cool thrift stores too, because I got some of my most beloved crap at those cool thrift stores. So, we need to at least give them a quickie once over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we will. And then that'll probably be enough. We'll be ready to skedaddle back home.
Shamed enough.
Yeah, shamed, I know. I just spent way more money on Christmas gifts for my sister and her daughters than I probably should have, because I've already bought them some other really neat shit. But I'm feeling magnanimous, and I'm feeling like spending the last of my trademark money frivolously and on other people.
We didn't have a single drink last night.
Yeah, that's another thing. We're not even drinking or doing any, well, we don't do drugs anyway. But we're not drinking or doing any sort of mind-altering. Well, we're eating salted caramel. That's a little mind-altering, I do have to admit. So anyway, wasn't Pizzini Farms neat? I just love that place. I think that it needs to be one of our touchstone places when we're in the area, don't you?
It is mine.
It is. It's one of her touchstone places. So anyhow. And we picked up a bunch of artichoke for her husband to cook for us, and she says he makes the best artichoke in the world. I don't know how to make it. I just boil the damn shit till the little thingies look like they can be pulled off and then eat it. And that was always good enough for me, but apparently I am in for a treat when Tim does it. So, there we go. And, so I'm going to shut it off. Okay, now we're going down Cannery Road in Monterey. For those of you who are familiar with John Steinbeck, he wrote the book Cannery Road, didn't he? Yep, it was a book, not a story. And Del Monte Foods is based here. In fact, both of my in-laws worked at Del Monte Foods. That's where they met back in the late 30s, early 40s, I guess. Yeah, it was probably the early to mid 40s. So they were both accountants working for Del Monte back when they married. And all along through here are, they're still working canneries, aren't they? Yeah, still working canneries. And there's the waterfront is over there.
The sardine factory back there is a wonderful restaurant.
The sardine factory is a wonderful restaurant that's back there. Although I was reading last year that the last sardine factory in the United States closed a couple of years ago. That was kind of interesting. So yeah, you can see the water through there. If we went to the right, we'd go down to the Monterey Bay Aquarium, which is an incredible place. But we're going to the left because we want to head to Pacific Grove. Pacific Grove is an interesting spot because it is the site of an old church camp. Well, they were Baptists, Lutherans, Presbyterians, probably, huh?
A Sillamar?
No. Pacific Grove itself. That's where all the little houses were. The place is full of these tiny little houses that actually used to be tents, many of them, before they were sided with regular wood and all of that. And there was a large church camp that owned what is now the town, or part of what is now the town. And they had all these little houses where the people would go and spend the summer. And I have a friend who, my dear friend Kim just turned off. Anyhow, my friend Kim lives and works here. She's an innkeeper, the last time I checked. And she and her husband, they bought and restored one of the little houses. And these are not the little houses that you're looking at here. We'll be passing the little houses after a bit. And by little, I mean they are 11 or 12 feet wide by 19 or 20 feet long. And they would often have a sleeping loft where the kids would sleep.
Where do we go now?
I don't think you go down there because that's the point. I think you go this way. Anyhow, and there was often no access to the little sleeping loft. Here is one of the houses right here that's obviously been bumped out. I don't know why this keeps turning off. No, the butter is pretty good. I must keep touching it. Anyhow, I just want you to see these darling little houses that are along in here. They're just as cute as they can be. Turn of the century, Queen Anne style mostly. And like I was trying to say, a lot of them have been bumped out, so they've gotten larger than they were originally. Although many of these were built later. A lot of these are not the camp homes. You'll see one or two occasionally, but I haven't seen one for a while. I think I saw one or two back there.
Where do we want to go?
We want to go. Is it going to be? Is it going to be up one street?
A couple, I think.
Oh, okay. So we're actually down close to the water right now, and we need to head up the hill a little bit to get to the shopping area where we were the last time, that has the mermaid shoot. God, I was probably occluding the microphone. I do that all the time. So anyhow, oh, there's a typical hippie looking chick as she walks by us. There we go. This place is full of people who look like that. Birkenstocks and tie-dyes. That's a pretty little building there with its purple. And I'm not sure where we go. Abigail, I'm gonna let you figure that out. You will, because you've been here plenty of times. Is that the place? No, that's not the place we stayed. Abigail and I were here not long ago.
There's a dress shop.
There's a dress shop.
We were up here.
Yeah. And somewhere up here is the mermaid store. And I think we're going to turn to the left past all these pretty... Isn't that a pretty building? The Victorian Corner restaurant.
Down there, I think.
In fact, all of that is just as pretty as it can be over there. I hope I'm still filming.
I think the mermaid shop is right down here.
And Abigail thinks she knows where the mermaid shop is, so I'm gonna...
How's that person that isn't gonna run over us?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think so too. This is the main drag. You know, there's a really awesome bakery over here.
Mermaid shop. Did we pass it?
I didn't see it.
Where's our antique clock shop? Crema. Where's
our hotel that we stayed in that time?
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful white house.
That's what I've lost.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stop filming for a while till we figure out where we're going. So I will get back on this pretty quick.